So, hi there, everybody. This is going to be a conversation between Gila Archer and myself, movers and writers. And you'd be surprised, we have a lot more in common than you realize. And Gila is in this wonderful, look at that big smile, because her book is published, and there it is, in my background and in her background. And I think my first question really is, as a Pilates teacher, doing something very physical, what made you think of writing a book?
Yeah, it's a good question, because you think that everything I do is to do with the physical, but it's not, because and this is something I learned, is that Pilates and moving is only a very small piece of the puzzle, in terms of if you want to be successful, achieve things, move well, be healthy. Doing Pilates is just a small part, because as busy women, which is my audience, they're the people I help, we are very good at making excuses about, I haven't got time, I'm too busy, I've got everyone else to look after first, and we don't ever actually get round to really doing much exercise, if you like. And the Pilates is, so we never actually get to do it. And exercise, moving your body, only benefits you if you actually do it, she says, bouncing up and down on her Pilates board. You only, we all live in a very sedentary society these days. We're sat around a lot of the time, and we need to do it. No one else can move your body for you. You're the only person that can move your body. And as busy women, like I say, we're very good at looking after everyone else, sorting everyone else out, being busy, doing everything, and not making the time for us to move. And so the Pilates, like I say, is one piece of the jigsaw. And this is something I've discovered. My approach that I use when I work with busy women and help them is what I call my best approach, best empowered self triangle, because there are three key elements that you need as a busy woman in order to move your body and be active and healthy and get all those benefits. And those other two aspects are having a positive mindset and powerful habits. And with then bite-sized Pilates, little small chunks, much easier to fit into your day and into your lifestyle, with those three elements, you can then easily and enjoyably have a Pilates lifestyle where you're moving throughout your day all the time. You're getting the benefits, and it's not a chore. It's not, oh God, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. You don't beat yourself up. It's just something that, like I say, is achievable, enjoyable, and easy. And it was that approach that I wanted to share. And I thought, how do I share that? I can't share all of that information, obviously far more, when I'm on the mat talking about Pilates and where your arms and legs are going and holding in your core and your breathing, And I thought, what better way to share that information and to help other women than with a book. It's easy to access. You can pick it up. You don't need an internet connection. You don't need, you can read it wherever you want to. You can write in it. It's tactile. It's there to sort of support you and help you. You know that, as someone said to me, it's like having a mini Gila in my pocket. You're there with me as motivation all the time. And that was why I thought, yeah, it needs to be a book, and then I can share this with more women, empower more women to know that it is possible to be busy and juggle this modern lifestyle and incorporate movement, mindful movement, into your everyday life easily and enjoy it, and obviously ultimately just feel fabulous at the end, because you feel better because you're moving your body.
That sums it up.
Yeah,
that sums it up indeed.
Yes. So that's why I decided to, I thought the book was a good approach. And that's why I then came to you and I said, will you help me? I haven't written a book before. Will you help me write this book? And I remember in our early sessions, you saying to me, can you write down all your sort of professional achievements for me? I have a long list. and send it to me, and can you think about the lessons and the stories you want to share? And I was like, well, but I'm not going to put down my professional achievements in my book, or I'm not going to, why did you want me to do that? And I think I know now, having written the book and gone through the process with you, and I know I was a bit hesitant sometimes in coming forwards, but is that something you do with all your clients, or was it just specifically with me when we work together?
Well, stories are important. Stories are what engage the reader. And, I knew that you had done so many things. You didn't have your trophies behind you, but to reach the stage where you had in life with the training that you'd done, even as a Pilates teacher, I knew there was more to it. So when you sent me the list, I thought, what aerial skills, national competition? Wait a minute, what? There must be some amazing stories here. Because if you're writing a manual about Pilates, you might as well go to Joseph. I mean, he's the man, isn't he? Absolutely. So what makes your book different? Okay, you've got that mindset angle, but who are you? Who are you as the writer? And that's really important to bring that out. So when I saw that list, Gila, I thought, this woman has got to talk about all these fantastic skills, and I want to know more, and I want to see some pictures as well, and diagrams, and how, because by telling your story of how you got into it, people resonate with that, they identify with it, and they think, oh my God, well, I've done something similar, or I wish I'd done that, maybe I could still do that. So it brings up lots of interesting questions, and once you got over that, boy, the stories just flowed, as people will see when they read it.
Yeah, absolutely. I became more confident, didn't I? I was,
yes.
There's that vulnerability, isn't there, in writing and sharing those stories, but it is good, and it's a good process, and you become more confident in that process of doing that. And I'm glad that you did do that with me. It worked. Definitely.
Yes, well, it had to come out. And then, of course, because it was all part of this visibility campaign, Gila visibility campaign, which is a really important part of writing a book. And many authors don't even see that. So I know that when I said to you, are you going to do a book launch? You were like, what, me? So I know you did one, and unfortunately I couldn't be there, and I saw wonderful photographs, and I know it was a great success. But tell us all, how did you organize it, and what made you do it, and who came, and share those details. I'm sure everybody wants to know.
Yeah, well, yes, like you said, when you said, right, and you need to think about a book launch, I was like, what do you mean a book launch? What do I need to do? How do I do that? And so on. But you're absolutely right. It gets you, it enables you to talk about your book and to share it with people, and to have that sort of platform to share it with people. So I did a local event, and I had actually a lady who's a Pilates client of mine, who is actually also an event organizer. So she helped me, and it was definitely better having someone else on board. She helped me. We found a lovely venue. We just did an afternoon because of the audience I was looking at, busy women, it's sort of, they'll always be busy with the children or with job or whatever. So we did a Sunday afternoon, and it was lovely. We had free drinks and nibbles, but we didn't go with champagne or anything like that, because it's all about promoting, health and well-being. So we had some strawberry and banana smoothies, and we had fruit and vegetable platters, which were lovely.
Nice.
And I invited people I'd worked with, my members, my clients, friends and family. My children came. Before the event, I spoke on local radio as well, which again helped to promote and increase that visibility. And I did a variety of things. I made it quite interactive, because the nature of what I was talking about, I thought there's no way everyone's going to sit down in a chair for 2 hours.
Quite.
So we got up, and I got them answering questions and got them moving around, and we had question and answer prize draw. I chatted a little bit, and of course I had a promotion on the book for the event and sold lots of books. People not just buying one, but buying ones for friends and family and everything.
Very
as well.
good.
So it's a really, really good way to, you know, get the book out there and to share it with people. It was fantastic, and I'm so glad I did it. I'm so glad you gave me that spark to get me started, because I know I've seen pictures of you doing your book launches for your red book. I think was it Rule It? And I'd love to know what you did for that and how you did that, and all the details, if you can describe that for us.
Well, you know, it is part of it is the celebration for yourself, first of all, of the completion of the manuscript, the publication of the book. And it's a wonderful thing to celebrate when you do a book launch. And that's from the personal point of view, but from the business point of view, it's really important that you make it as a mark that the book is out, it's ready. And there was, you know, once again, as you said, you meet the right people at the right time, like you met your event organizer. I had a fantastic team as well, and we put on the event in London. And I had a friend of mine said, well, I've just started my cake business. I could do these little cupcakes for you and put, you know, a thingy of the book cover in it. I didn't eat any of them. They were so sweet, but they looked fabulous, you know. So there was and I had lots of music, and I got people up dancing, and I had a panel. I had somebody to host it. I had a panel of speakers, and we had Q&As, and it was lively. And the best part was the signing of the books.
Yes.
I'm sure you did that too.
Yes, I did. So yes.
It's the celebration, it's the recognition that you've finished it, that it's out there, letting people know, doing the videos, the posts, the photographs, all these things. It's part of the publicity for the book. And nowadays you have to market your own book. And so it's just, you know, it's like, why not? You've got to do it. It's like, and I know you were hesitant, but then you got the hang of it very quick. So now that it's out there and ready for people to buy, and the link will go there for people to get it on Amazon and any other places that you have distributed it. So I'm just kind of thinking, what are the best benefits for you? What have been the top benefits for you being a published author?
I think there's sort of two main benefits. The first main benefit really is just, now that it's been published for a month or so, is starting and people are reading it, is seeing the impact that the book has had, that I hoped it would have, and that actually it is real and it is helping women and women who have, you know, just I drop me a line, or I see them or whatever, and they're just, I just read this bit, or I've just read that. Oh, that was really good. That really got me thinking. I hadn't thought of that before. Oh, you know, and lots of little things. I mean, there was a post this morning. Someone had just put down a picture of my book and said, starting my morning reading this book, you know, this fabulous book, got a signed copy from Gila. I'm hoping, she's put, this is the book that will make me not dread exercise, but it's about moving your body, you know, and changing your perspective about it, and knowing that that can help her with that. There was another lady who I saw a couple of weeks ago, and she said, Gila, your book has given me so many light bulb moments. She said, you know, my husband and my son, they come in from work and they go and do their training, they go to the gym. She said, and I always get dinner ready for when they finish. She said, but no, she said, I was going to do some my Pilates. Nice. She said, so I came in and I've done my Pilates. She said, and my son came in, he's like, Mum, what are you doing? You're in the wrong room. You should be in the kitchen. Like, oh no, because she had chosen, like, well, yeah, you can cook your dinner. Like you say, you can delegate cooking dinner. Anyone can cook dinner, but no one else can do your exercise for you. And it was little things like that. She said, she said, that's it. I'm prioritizing my health and fitness. And so seeing that impact that it has on other women is just so rewarding. Tremendous, yeah. And the other main one was really in myself. And the whole process of writing it and publishing it and celebrating it has that's had a big impact on me and my confidence and the clarity of my message and how I, help people. Because to communicate it through words, you have to think about that, don't you? You have to think about how you're explaining it and how you're writing it and sharing it. And that's had a huge impact on me. Feeling far more confident, speaking, with more credibility, and so on. So it's been fantastic, the whole experience. And it's that playing with words and everything, which is one of the things that I know you got me to do. Like every call we had, you loved playing devil's advocate with me over words and playing with words. And I know you love doing this. And is that a word? What will someone else, what's the meaning attached? Does it mean this? Does it mean that? How could you use it? What about a different word? And I know we played around with this a lot with like exercise and movement and so on. And something I'm curious to know is, obviously that was fine in the context of my book. We're talking about, moving and exercise, Pilates and so on. But is that something you do when you're working with other writers, when you're doing different topics, or was that something that was very specific to my topic that I was writing about?
It's interesting you say that, because I think everybody, when they start writing the book, they are not prepared for the big emotional, psychological changes that happen through writing a book. Confidence grows, courage grows, creativity grows, all the things I advocate. And, there's always a corner, an area that people think, well, that's not for me. Is it for me? So I have to play that. And that's my job. And I'm also in a privileged position to be able to be objective. I call myself the drone. I'm able to look down and see everything that's going on from another angle. So, and it also makes it fun for me and for the other person. I mean, sometimes there's resistance, of course. Sometimes people don't want to go there, but it's just really questioning. It's the questioning nature that I have anyway, and which is really important to help the writer think, is there another way? Could I do it another way? And also really important to keep the reader in mind, because very often when you're writing, you think, who's my reader? Oh, never mind. And you just go on writing what you think, but you have to keep the reader in mind. So I'm there saying, well, I don't identify with that. Help me out. What's that? So questioning is really important. And as I said, it's fun, challenging the writer.
Absolutely. And being on the receiving end of that was such a useful process to go through. And although there are times where you challenge me and I'll be like, I don't know. And you do have that, you come with your own mindset, don't you? Your own way of looking at it. And it's, well, not everyone else will see it that way. So how can you get it across? And that's where the stories come in, and so the whole process of working with someone and working with yourself really did bring out the best in the book and in my writing. Absolutely.
And that shows. And I think that's, and thank you for recognizing that. Thank you. And that's really what it is all about, is writing the best that you can and letting people hear your message, read your message, and take it into action. But, of course, I had the kind of ulterior motive, because I was in need of Pilates encouragement too, having been, I've done Pilates a lot in my life, and I had this period of time. So every time I got off the call, I thought, I've got to do some now. So, it worked really well for me. You kind of played devil's advocate with me as well.
Yes.
I was feeling guilty. Oh my God, now I've got to stand up and do something. See, we are movers and writers and movers, and that's great. And thank you so much for having this conversation with me, and I wish you the best of luck with the book. I know it's going to make a huge impact on people, because it is about getting your mindset and looking at things from a certain perspective, your perspective, which is a really original approach to doing movement.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gila, for being on with me this morning. And we'll put all the details below on the video.